I started Life, Passion and Business sometime in May last year, and it was a result or a kind of state of mind I got to after my father died in February last year, and I wasn't I was grieving my father, but I wasn't grieving him actively. It came about because I was sad that he had lost the will to live. And that was kind of what had happened to him. He had gone downhill over the years in terms of that he didn't actually have any joy with life. And I recognised I had similar feelings going on. And so I realised that I needed to do something for myself to explore my own reason for living. And the podcast seemed like a good idea. And so it started last year, and I created this, the intro. Welcome to Life, Passion and Business. Which, as you can hear, is quite a reflective tone to it. My name is Paul Harvey, and I'm looking for answers. What does it mean to be successful? What does it mean to have a good, well-lived life? And that's where it's been in that time. It's been a reflective process for me. And now I have discovered in the 6 months that it has gone live, because that's the thing about podcasts. I started the idea in May. I did my first interviews in June, and then I sat on it for nearly 6 months. It took me till 31st of January to finally start releasing podcasts. And apparently this is a common thing amongst podcasters. We create the idea, we create the project, and then we lose the will, or we kind of gonna go, no, it's my baby, I don't want to release it to the world. So that's what happened to me. I didn't want to release it to the world, but I did. January the 31st. Now, the journey so far has been amazing insofar as I have met some great people. I've had some wonderful conversations, and I've discovered something for myself. What I've discovered is I enjoy interviewing people, and I'm okay at it. I'm good at it, I think. I make people feel comfortable and at home. We have some very deep conversations, and that's what the podcast is about. It is about exploring their journey, what passion's about for them, what success is, what the meaning of success, and what the meaning of life is from their perspective. And the one thing that's come out of it for me is I realised that life actually has no purpose other than to which you give it. And that's the point. It is our duty, in a way, to express our life in the best way we can. And I think that's what was missing from me, is I hadn't realised, or I had lost that idea. And now I've come to realise that and I've also realised that what I want to do with the podcast is help other people to find their passion and to find their meaning and to express their life in the way they're going to do that. Now, part of that is, it means we're changing. The podcast branding will change and the kind of style of it will change a bit. There will always be interviews, absolutely, because I think interviews is the fundamental part of it. I think hearing people's stories and their resolution or solutions to problems in their life is always going to be fascinating for people to tune into. I am in the process of putting together a project with Lisa Avery, one of my podcast guests. We're putting together a program to support people to find their passion, to find their meaning, and to find their vocation in terms of that expresses that. And that's going to start, well, the first information that will come out on the 31st of July. A little bit of information about that one. We're still working on the project. So yeah, it is a fascinating journey, and I just wanted to put some video down really just to explain where we are at the moment and where I've come from, because there's no video for the whole thing. So I thought I would do that. And it's good to be able to express it here and put this stuff down into the world, so I can look back at it in a couple of years' time and go, that was the turning point. That was when I started doing it differently. So look, if you're inspired about what I'm saying, or you think you've got a passionate story to share, fantastic, get in touch. And if you are just inspired by the program, then please go to the website and, talk to us, contact us, do something, but get involved somehow. Anyway, this is Paul Harvey signing off, and I shall speak to you some other time. All the best.